I have been involved in improving the quality of education within his district. So very soon when we started looking at education as a topic overall, we realized access is great. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan has done a great job. Let's look at how we can improve quality, and that's something the government hasn't done too well across the country, not just specific to one state. Especially and actually in even the public schools, especially when you go to rural parts and not penetrate. I think to really come to that and really figure out what are the initiatives that are required at a district level, at a state level, maybe at a policy level here in Delhi. Where is it that we can get the administration to focus to make a difference? It has required us to go down to the villages, to talk to the people, parents, children, across the board. And that is the level of depth, when you bring in that insight coupled with the professionalism that would come, typically with someone who's coming from the corporate sector, providing those very valuable inputs, in this case to a politician, in several other cases to say a district collector or various other people in the government, I think that holds value, right? And that's where the bandwidth is missing today. I would really like to hear a little bit from the people on the last panel. Just a second, please. Yeah. On the number of letters you receive from politicians, I've seen it going out of our office. Letters do go out from all politicians to all bureaucrats. Question is, how much research has gone into that letter? Is it just something that was a thought that has been put on paper and that is taking a toll on your bandwidth as administrators? Or has some research gone behind that? Is it really a good idea which is being communicated?
I think part of, if I can just add one thing, part of the reason as well for this was, if you just look at the quality of staff support that goes into, let's say, parliamentary discussions, like for example the Lok Sabha, and you compare what happened in, for example, in Ted Kennedy's office. Ted Kennedy, over his tenure as senator, basically did, he essentially got 400 laws passed. And it's pretty remarkable, actually, some of the quality of legislation that he actually put out. And if you look at the bureaucracy within the White House, or even within Washington D.C., and look at the alumni from the Ted Kennedy office and just what they really do, it comes with a remarkable sense of practices, disciplines, etc., that go into the creation of legislation. You made a great point about how is it that a private person can actually get a legislation in some ways passed through, and it's very hard to do that without sponsorship and mentorship. And he actually had, in some ways, worked through a really good process. So I think the quality of staff support becomes incredibly important. The other piece to it, I think, is the question you raised about working at multiple levels. I just have one more question to ask of Ghazal, and then I'll open the group. Ghazal, just back to this point about working at multiple levels. You were also part of the Public Health Foundation of India. The Public Health Foundation of India is a foundation that we've created at McKinsey, that is, and now it's being done obviously with a lot of private support, which is at the end of the day going to create about, I think it's about 11 different public health colleges all across India to actually train, to actually deliver public health. In fact, we've got somewhere in the range of 100 people who are now doing PhDs at universities all over the world that have essentially been recruited through fellowships. What was your experience at the Public Health Foundation of India, working at multiple levels in order to actually generate impact?
So I got seconded to Public Health Foundation of India from McKinsey, and like you rightly said, the mandate is for PHFI is to fill in the space in the health sector in India in terms of creating professionals. I mean, all of us know that India needs about 1 million doctors at this point of time, and we see a lot of people currently leaving that profession. So, yeah. So the mandate is to set up 10 institutes of, one of the mandates is to set up 8 to 10 institutes of public health in India, and that will act as a feeder into the health system. So while I was at PHFI, what we were doing was we were making proposals, we were making, so we had 3 institutes already in place, and we were going to states saying that this is a great idea, why don't you give us land, we will organize the funding, and then we would be stuck up in the bureaucracy, and then there was back and forth for years and years. I mean, then there was a lot of red tape involved as well. So I think, and simultaneously this opportunity was coming along, and I could obviously see the difference, right? If such an idea has some political backing, right? So you have greater chance of having an impact there, and it is across multiple levels. So for example, if say an MP wanted is politically aligned on the idea that he wants such an institute in his district in his or his CM wants is aligned that he wants such an institute in his state, then it just makes life easier for institutions like Public Health Foundation of India to move on that on a fast track, right? I mean, so that is where I saw the difference. As adding to what Ankit said, that we work across multiple levels, I think the mandate of our office or such an office could be, one, help the person that you are working with on policy level issues, provide him with enough research, enough background, and enough discussion so that when he goes to the parliament, he is well informed about what he wants to speak and contribute in the policy making process. The second could be they also have their district or the constituency that represent, and they have to try and do good to the people there, right? So you could help them transforming the districts that they are, and helping them prioritize. One side, the politicians want to create visibility by doing great projects and infrastructure projects, but at the same time is helping is investing in health an option for them. And the third, of course, is creating those policy level interventions where you work with bureaucrats and look at critically analyze policies and see where you can add, where you can contribute. So that is working across a breadth of issues.
Do you want to answer
on that? With the two of us talking, I don't want the entire discussion to focus on MPs. This fellowship is broader. This is just a word of caution. But yes, the same I think implications are applicable across the board. Whether you look at, say, a public sector undertaking. Let me just pick up Air India as an example. Just don't quote me on this, but Air India, for example, what if the top management had another level of support, right? Wouldn't they be very happy to get that? And wouldn't you be great to create that, feel great to create that kind of impact? That yes, I helped the company transform.
I think Mr. Singh, you have a point.
Responding to Mr. Manon's issue, I think what he's pointing out is that this fellowship could be looking at any point in a very wide spectrum within government. And you could have legislation, which Lakshman pointed out. Then you could have leadership at the ministerial level. Or you could look at policy making within a ministry. There's implementation at the state and district level. And then there is community participation and civil society interface, which is perhaps what you're looking at. So definitely the fellowship would have to narrow down to what each fellow is interested in and wants to do. But there is this wide spectrum, and I think there is a lot of work to be done all across that spectrum.
Let me just pause here and open it up to the group to ask questions of this panel, either about the fellowship, what it's about, any concerns and questions you have. Yes, please.
So this question is directed at Mr. Singh and Anirudh both. This fellowship, can it provide the means or a vehicle to add continuity to our policy making, starting from the international policies that we tend to come up with a law, governments come and go, the policies fall apart. Can this fellowship provide us through the leadership at JIPS and with support from the officers in the IS officers, provide that continuity to policies which are proven on paper? There's research to prove it that they will be important for the country. No matter what governments come and go, we can continue with those. Is it possible?
So that's not. I think that's a great point, and that's obviously needed in government continuity policy, but that's not one of the objectives here, obviously, of the fellowship, because people will be coming in for 2 years, as Mukrit was saying, I think, in the previous panel. Even the IS officers have short stints of 3 years. I think there are other structural issues that would have to address that. The fellowship, I don't think would necessarily provide that level of continuity. If anything, you could argue that you have people coming in, more people coming in.